Acanthosis nigricans, also known as Keratosis nigricans. Let's talk about it. This is a skin condition that causes dark patches in the folds of the skin. Areas like the armpits, neck, chest, and groin are often affected. This is a skin condition that may be corrected with certain lifestyle changes. I know for myself that's the case. But why does this happen? This usually happens because of an underlying health condition such as diabetes or PCOS, which is known as polycystic ovary syndrome. And in rare cases, those with cancer can also experience Acanthosis nigricans. In all cases, there's an imbalance occurring within the body. But how can you reverse it? Acanthosis nigricans can be reversed as you exercise more and make changes to your diet. Specifically, it's beneficial to do strength training as it burns through the sugar that sits in the blood and leads to fat storage. Fat storage happens when you trigger your insulin response. So it's wise to choose foods with low glycemic indexes so that you do not trigger a high insulin response. Foods that are on the low glycemic index scale, these are foods which you could eat pretty much all the time and they won't really trigger a high insulin response. Green vegetables, spinach, celery, asparagus, raw carrots, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, and bran breakfast cereals. I personally stay away from bran breakfast cereals. I stay away from all cereals. That is my personal choice. When I look at cereals, all I see are carbs, and so that is my own personal choice. But that is up to your own discretion. Foods that are okay to have 2 to 3 times a week are medium on the glycemic index scale. Foods such as sweet corn, bananas, raw pineapple, raisins, and other dried fruits, oat breakfast cereals, and multigrain oat bran or rye bread. Foods that you want to avoid 80 to 90% of the time are high on the glycemic index scale. These are foods that are white usually. Foods like white rice, white bread, white potatoes, popcorn, just sugar. Because these foods digest insanely fast, which causes a high blood sugar and leads to a high insulin release. This leads to your weight gain since insulin causes fat storage. But what needs to be discussed is the insulin resistance, which is what turns into diabetes if not corrected. This is a result of a high carb diet. These diets consist of a whole lot of white foods. So the popcorn, which is my weakness, not okay to eat all the time. The goal is to avoid a high insulin response, so that is why you want to eat foods that are low in starch or low on the glycemic scale. Eating proteins that are low on the glycemic scale is important too, because proteins such as beef do not trigger insulin response as high as your chicken or turkey would, but those living with PCOS are urged to reduce their red meat intake, so I would just suggest backing off the meat in general. But that's my personal suggestion. I have a couple of veggie recipes that would be perfect for those looking to avoid the bland taste that is usually associated with eating vegetables. But I promise you, They are delicious. I probably will go ahead and upload those videos a little later in the year. But the key in all of these changes is to stay consistent. Make this a lifestyle. I know that it's hard. Popcorn is my weakness, as I said. But when you treat yourself from time to time, make sure you work it off later with some strength training, maybe later that evening or the next day, because that's how you will maintain the reverse of Acanthosis nigricans. If you relapse and keep up with the high carb diet, you will see that the condition will come back to your skin. That's been a first-hand experience. I can tell you that for a fact. It will come back, but that's okay because you can go back to the healthier lifestyle that you now know how to live. With your workouts and eating healthier, you'll find that your mood will change and your thoughts will change to fit this new lifestyle as well. This overall transformation is not only good for you, but good for those who care about you as well, I promise. And I personally saw a transformation within 2 weeks once I started staying consistent, and I hope that this works for you guys. So if you like what you heard, please leave a comment below, or even if you disagree, leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.